Hi, Julie Rader here with the weekly astrological update from April 18th through the 24th. This week is all about emotional regulation and transformation. So, like always, if you like the video, please hit the little like button, subscribe, and share it with anyone you feel could benefit from this information. So, starting off the week, right after Easter Sunday on the 18th, we're coming off a pretty intense week. Remember, last week we had the full moon, we had the biggest aspect that I had been looking about and talking about of the year, which was the Jupiter and Neptune conjunction, which we will be feeling for at least the next month, but it's really setting off a cycle for the next 13 years. So that was a big one. We've had so many big aspects these last few weeks. April, May, July, November, really big, powerful astrological months. This year is just one huge aspect after another. So looking back and it's really kicked off for the most part in April. So we're just at the beginning of it. Get really clear on what you want. And this week, it can be a bit of an emotional roller coaster if there are not practices in place that allow us to check in. So meditation is so important. Even just taking some mindful moments, pulling yourself out of a situation that seems to be too much and taking a few deep breaths, taking a bath. We have Mars, which is the action oriented planet in Pisces right now. We have Venus in Pisces, we have Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. There is so much Piscean energy, watery, spiritual, so much of the unseen that is wanting us to acknowledge it. And the only way we can do that is when we are slowing down enough to hear the guidance. And this week we will really be asked. There are there are some other aspects going on in the sky, but the moon, if we can really tap into the moon, our mood, our emotional state, then we can transform this week. So starting on Monday, which is the moon's day, we have the moon in Scorpio. We have a big aspect with Venus in Pisces, making a sextile that's a very harmonious aspect to Uranus and Taurus. Now, this is an aspect, anytime Uranus is involved, it is kind of expect the unexpected. We can take impulsive actions toward love. It's Venus in Pisces. Venus is also money. So there could be some changes that come up, or we could feel a bit impulsive with money actions. This is a great day to do something artistic. When we have Venus and Uranus involved, you could really feel like you're kind of channeling the unseen and onto paper, onto canvas. So make some time to paint. We have a huge aspect. This will also help. Big aspect, Sun and Aries. That's a powerful sun. The sun loves being in Aries. It's what we call exaltation. Just like Venus loves being in Pisces, it's exalted there as well. But the sun in Aries, which feels vital, so full of vitality, radiant, and ready for action, making a square, which is an action-oriented aspect to Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto is transformation, it's death and rebirth. When these two come together, it can bring power struggles. However, if we are taking the time to meditate, acknowledge our emotional state, do some art so that we can see whatever feelings we're having, emotions we're having, we put on paper or canvas, then this sun square Pluto can actually activate some epiphanies. We may then feel this urge, this impulse to take action on an area where maybe we've been stagnant before. The moon in Scorpio, its last aspect is a sextile to Pluto, which happens after the sun square Pluto. This is activating again that Pluto energy, the energy of power. And it can feel a bit one-sided. Scorpio is fixed. It's not like a normal water. It's not like the water of Cancer and Pisces, which are kind of like the ocean. Scorpio is like a rushing current of a river or a waterfall. It's very focused water. So when it's making this aspect to Pluto, we are feeling things very deeply. However, there can be a bit one-sidedness, especially if that Sun square Pluto brought up some kind of power struggle. It can make you, with this last aspect, even though it's a sextile, it can make you feeling like you want to kind of push against. So tap into as much as possible on Monday that Venus sextile Uranus energy and do something good for yourself. Really important. Tuesday, we have the moon in Sagittarius, and this is Mars's day. However, and then the first aspect of the moon in Sagittarius, its first aspect is a square to Mars. Remember, it's Mars's day in Pisces. Now, Mars in Pisces, Mars does not love being in Pisces. So remember, the sun loves being in Aries, Venus loves being in Pisces. But the sun, Mars, the warrior energy in dreamy, watery Pisces feels like a fish out of water, really, or a warrior in the water. So this is a really emotional aspect. But because Mars is involved, it can make us a bit hasty or impulsive. This is a day to process emotions. It's not a day to be doing focused, detail-oriented energy. So on Tuesday, the 19th, give yourself some space. Give yourself some space between activities that you're doing. If you have detail-oriented things to do, Tuesday's not your day to do it. Monday, you could actually get a lot accomplished. The moon's in Scorpio, Sun, Pluto involved, some of the aspects when the moon goes into Capricorn, yes. Tuesday, even Wednesday, middle of the week, just kind of let yourself glide through as much as you can. Look at big picture. Think big picture those 2 days. Wednesday, we have Mercury in Taurus, making a square, challenging aspect to Vesta and Aquarius. So Mercury's communication. Vesta has a lot to do with home and family. So there could be some conflicts with home and family. We also have the Sag moon's last aspect, a square to Jupiter. There could be some conflicts over religious quarrels as well. Then on Wednesday, after the Sag moon makes this challenging aspect to Jupiter, the moon is void of course for 7 hours. So Wednesday, as much as possible, like Tuesday, not your days of taking action. When the moon is void of course, the moon isn't working, we actually need to kind of go into that inner space as well. So then the moon goes into Capricorn, and its first aspect is a trine to the sun. This will bring some inner balance. We could have had some emotional upheaval the beginning of the week, but by Wednesday, late afternoon, early evening, for those of us Pacific time, we will start to feel a bit more balanced. Then on Thursday, the moon's the only one really making big aspects. And well, the moon is always making aspects every day because the moon is so fast moving. So the moon is aspecting Mars and Pisces, Chiron and Aries, Uranus and Taurus. So on Thursday, we really need to work on emotional stability with all of this Capricorn energy, making these aspects to looking at perhaps even our wounds, our past wounds. We need to work on emotional stability in a Capricorn way. Capricorn, remember, is the CEO of the zodiac. Where can we be more mindful? Where can we look at past wounds that we've had? How can we either heal a relationship with others, ourselves, and be strategic about it? And when the moon's in Capricorn, then we're not so It's not so emotionally draining. It's like, how can we strategically work through these emotions? That's what Mars and Pisces wants to do too. Mars, remember, is that warrior. Pisces is extremely emotional. So Mars is going in, our moon is emotion, making all these aspects. We are really, if we do the work, we can have some breakthroughs because the moon is also aspecting Uranus. So on Thursday, so middle of the week, I know Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, usually a day to get things done in traditional work week. However, focus on processing your emotions. Come up with a strategic plan on how you can forgive others, forgive yourself, work on mindfulness, get into nature. And then on Friday, the 22nd, on Venus's day, it's again just the moon making aspects, but it's making all positive aspects to Venus, remember, love and money, to Mercury, communication, to North Node, our true destiny, to Neptune, which is really asking us to dream a bigger dream, tapping into the subconscious. And then we have this, then it makes an aspect, its last aspect is a conjunction to Pluto. And the moon is also aspecting Jupiter, which makes everything bigger, the great benefic. But its last aspect, it's conjuncting Jupiter and Capricorn. This means that if we take the time to do the emotional work, the emotional processing this week, we can have so much transformation that we can move beyond it. And then we are in a better, stable place emotionally that we have transformed and are ready to tackle the other areas of our life that need our attention. So then on Saturday, we have Mercury, again, communication. It is conjunct. So Mercury is conjunct Uranus in Taurus. This is alongside the Aquarius moon. Aquarius is the ruler of Uranus. Aquarius is detached. Detached so that it can see the big picture, so that it doesn't, it's different than Pisces. Pisces is very much attachment and really feeling another's feelings. Aquarius can't get involved in that because Aquarius has so much humanitarian work that it wants to do that it can't get stuck in the day-to-day emotions. So really Saturday, expect the unexpected. It's Taurus. Taurus is stability, but we have Mercury and Uranus involved. So we are seeking freedom. Both of these are planets of the internet as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, with social media that day, or just with Wi-Fi in general. But it really is expect the unexpected, seeking freedom. That's what we've gone through, all the emotional work this week. And by the weekend, we're ready to say, okay, how can I move forward and seeking freedom and independence in my life and what I want to create. And then on Sunday, finally on Sunday, the 24th, we have Mercury square Saturn. So a square, remember, is a challenging aspect. Mercury's communication, Saturn's authority, and really it's about setting boundaries. So we can be a bit narrow-minded and distrusting on Sunday, on the sun's day. We also then have Mercury sextile, beautiful harmonious aspect to Neptune. This is the power of imagination. So maybe on Sunday, spend some time by yourself or with those that you love, that are like-minded, knowing that with Saturn involved with that square, there can be quarrels or conflict with authority figures or those that maybe you've been having difficulty with. But this Mercury sextile Neptune, take a look at the vision boards maybe you made at the Jupiter Neptune conjunction. Write down your intentions, do things like that. And then the moon in Aquarius, its last aspect is a square, again, a challenging aspect, or really an aspect that's forcing us to take action to Mercury. So we are really being asked. Mercury is the planet of the day on Sunday. So it's the planet of communication. My suggestion, because the two More challenging aspects, the square to Saturn and the square to Mercury, can make us, again, fighting with others or saying things that we don't mean or that we don't want to say. So this Mercury sextile Neptune, if you can actually allow yourself to go into an imagination realm on Sunday, maybe just paint, maybe spend a day in silence. When you spend a day in silence and Mercury's really active, then it's beautiful because then you hear all of the guidance. Then Mercury is working on you rather than blurting out things or saying things out loud that you maybe wish you hadn't said. So, Sunday, I love practicing days of silence, if at all possible. At least carve out some time to yourself to really go inward, tap into that Mercury sextile Neptune, and write down your intentions, write down what comes up in your meditations, and definitely write down your dreams, starting Sunday and for the next several days, because then the moon will move into Pisces and our dreams will be really active again then. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next video.